50 miles round trip through non-stop hills and switchbacks and roller coaster ride topography on a electric bike that has a battery that only does 20 miles. And I'm like 35 miles in right now. I've actually still got battery, but if you can see the slope of this road, I've been walking up this road right now for, I don't know, a couple of football fields. And, or not this road, this hill of this road. And this windy ass thing goes up for like, I mean, a mile. It's gotta be a mile. I mean, there's another switchback right up there and it's steeper. And this one gets super steep right as you get to the top of it. Right as you get to the end of this road, it gets like hard to walk up steep. Yeah, I'll show you that in a minute. And here we are. It's so steep, it's hard to walk up. There's a van or a truck coming up behind me. I mean, it is fucking steep, really steep. See what I mean? This shit is steep. That's how steep it is. He's got his brake on the whole way. Now I'm racing against the damn storm. You can see the storm clouds. They moved in. I'm getting compelled with freezing cold air and little busts of rain. It felt like hail for a minute. I think it was just rain and I'm going fast. It's I'm trying to make it back because I got electronics on me and everything. I knew it might be a small chance of a thunder shower, but I didn't think it actually happened. I thought I could avoid it. And I'm like 6 miles away from home right now. I can't get trapped in this shit. Everything's getting rained on. I'm wet. I'm hiding. And I gotta put the camera away so it doesn't get ruined. They're very mad at me. They want me to say hi to them. I just got back. James, I can't remember his last name, gave me a ride here. I was stuck outside. I was getting my butt kicked by the rain and I didn't know what to do. I had the camera on me. My phone wouldn't work. I tried calling people. I couldn't get it to dial because the rain was hitting it. I'm freezing to death right now. That man is a lifesaver and he's had a horrible life by the sounds of it. And people are trying to steal his stuff and he needs some help. And so I'm going to help this guy. I'm going to be a friend. And I think there might be a lot of people out here that need help. People need an elder helper. Yeah. Somebody who's going to be a good person. Yeah.
The hell kind of insect is this? I've never seen nothing like this before.
I can just find these things everywhere. Abandoned pieces of property. Nobody doing shit with them. They're all over out here. They're all over. So the front of the cab of my bus generally is like a work area for me and stuff like that. I just, you know, put stuff places and work on this table, and this table is where I do my, oh look at that fire agate, where I do my stone cutting and such. And the dog house where the engine is inside of here is where the air filter is that I talked about in the last video. And this thing is an absolute monster. But there was a couple other things I'll talk about here with this. When oh, I forgot I can't take this off without taking the whole thing off. When we got this bus, there is a metal housing that goes between the air intake filter and the body of the bus where the air is being taken up. So this is the air filter housing. And this is from my mailbox that used to be in front of the house in Pensacola. And it is meeting up with the air blocker, because if I pull this, then it'll pull air from the engine, and if I keep it open like it is, then it pulls air from outside the front. But before, this filter was just pulling everything directly off the engine because this wasn't here. Now, when this thing is going fast down the highway, you can hear the bottom of it flapping because it's not screwed into this. It's just sort of sitting there, and it's not quite as wide as this hole, but it's still, it works way better. There's a ridiculous amount of power boost, or there's much more power now than there was before. This thing is just slipped on here for right now. And so, yeah, that leads out there. That's the actual air path. And when this thing gets going hard, when this bus gets going hard, it's flowing such air so fast through this thing that the metal mailbox piece that I manufactured is like, you can hear it hitting and flapping and stuff. And I got to fix that too. But in general, it's running so much better, especially on hills and stuff like that, especially if you charge down the hill to get it at a good RPMs to go up the hill. Yeah, I can't wait to get it back on the road. It's running so good, but still needs a new air filter, and this transmission dipstick is dripping. Generally always a good idea to check your air nozzle before you go plugging it in, because you might have just stuck it in the dirt like a dumbass and plugged it up. Alright, so that is your transmission filter. Looks like that needs to be changed. Dipstick's been dripping, and I mean, it's probably already lost a gallon, I'd imagine. But before I do any of that, these rocks and blocks out of the way. Oh yeah, baby, there it is. Shit. Well, it looks like my container's deep enough. This transmission was rebuilt 10 years ago when we got the bus, and it doesn't have that many miles on it. It literally looks like it's leaking because they used pipe thread that's not meant for oils, especially with detergent additives. Like, it looks like it's water pipe thread. Alright, so this tape right here is usually what you would use for water and stuff like that. That's what this this pipe thread seal tape is used for, and that's what it looks like is actually on the dipstick threading, whereas it's supposed to be this stuff, and this stuff is just way stronger. I'm not going to be using what I'm pulling off because it apparently got ruined when it was tried to be pulled off like that, because this stuff is so hard to tear. So yeah, this gray, this is what we're supposed to be using right here. And I already have some because, you know, I knew I was going to need stuff like this, or I needed it somewhere else at some other time or something like that. Thank you for having a number on you.
But now you can see how big a filter that is, right? It's a big ass filter.
Hey Joshua, I'm checking to see some prices on a couple of items and when you might be able to get them for me. When I look at the outlet right there, it actually looks like it has like it was maybe a liquid thread stuff they put in there, but still it totally looks to be the wrong stuff. And I think that's why it was leaking everywhere. There's some of it left on the threads over here. And before I go putting this thing back on, I want to that was it. Alrighty, so it definitely looks like it's still seeping. I got it on there tight, but that should not be wet at all. It should be bone dry for everything I did yesterday, and it's not. It's not bone dry, so... So I've just been doing it for a while now, and I've been using this tool in so many different ways. I probably didn't know that it's like a super secret ninja tip that you should probably own, especially if you're like living out of your car or living out of a bus or living out of a van or an RV that doesn't have access to, you know, water hookups or something like that. So somebody asked me, how am I, you know, taking hot showers and cleaning dishes with hot water and stuff like that? And so it's a really good question, you know what I mean? And my answer is the easiest way to be able to do that without actually hooking something up, and the most useful multi-tool I've had this last while that I've been, you know, bussing it, is this sous vide. So the sous vide circulates water at a specific temperature, and you can pick that temperature range to be, you know, low or high depending on what you need. So I'm right now getting the water to be about 135 degrees, which is like a minimum pasteurization temperature for quick pasteurization, for a couple of hour pasteurization of some different meats. But I've also found it to be, you know, hot the way I like it to clean my dishes. Now, I tried taking a shower with that. It was way too hot. And even if you're just, you know, bird bathing it or whatever, hot water is so much better than cold water in general when you're cleaning yourself. Everybody knows that. Or when you're cleaning dishes or when you're cleaning clothes or whatever. So a sous vide not only helps you cook food in many different ways, it has the ability to, you know, do anything where you need hot water in a period of time. You know, you can get the same thing out of a microwave. You know, you can just put a bowl of water in the microwave and microwave a bowl of water, but a bowl of water is not a pot, and it's not at a specific temperature. And I can't stress enough how a sous vide is one of the best multi-tools I've ever had when it came to, camp style lifing it, not being inside of a house, not having all of the amenities I would like to have hooked up. But I also understand that when I get out to the fire agate mine in certain areas of the country, water usage is a big deal. So having the ability to go multiple routes is what I'm working towards. Hot water, sous vide, awesome.
All right, well, at this point, I have the filters off and I have the system drained, but I haven't been able to purchase more filters because I have $24 to my name. That's all I'm rocking in my pocket right now, $24. It is not going well for me on the cash front, and it is a 12-mile ride, basically round trip anywhere, and a 50-mile ride if I really want to go to a town that actually has stuff near me. And that is not easy to do on the bicycle, and it's not feasible to just drive my bus in 50 miles every day through these hills and stuff like that, especially when I'm trying to get stuff done on it, especially if one of those things is the transmission that I need to fix before I can drive anywhere, because no transmission fluid, no shifty. Reality of it is that my viewership is not the ones that are watching these videos. These are all new people that are watching these videos, so I need to keep posting for the new people, and I'm just going to post some sales of great items singularly. I'm going to bust those bags open. I'm going to sell stuff real cheap, so keep your eyes open or contact me if there's something you're interested or something you want, because I'm motivated to hook you up at the price you're looking for right now so that I can get myself over to the West Coast and we can start creating some new amazing content. And hey, I'm thinking about doing some grub stakes for some stuff that's along the way, because there's some stuff near me right here right now, and if you would like to purchase some of the stuff, or if you would like to be a producer of upcoming episodes, or if you would like some of the minerals that are going to be coming out in upcoming episodes, hit me up. Now is the time. Now is the time. As soon as I get on the road, it's going to be one of two things. I'm either going to be headed to the place I have the money to get to, or I'm going to be headed to some digs to create some videos to hook up some grub stakers and some people that help produce those movies and those videos with financial support, because it's the financial support that makes the bus run. I can survive pretty cheaply, but at the same time, diesel's at its lowest price it's ever been, but it's still not free. I love y'all for watching. Thanks for being here. Hit me up to buy some rocks, and if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button. And if you're old, you know how I hook it up. Buy a grub stake, because you're gonna get hooked up.